Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my very first episode in this series where we start to rebuild this broken 2006 BMW 750i. It has many issues. We can just start with timing needs replaced. We need to fix this oopsie daisy that was caused back here. We need to replace the brakes, some subframe bushings. Every gasket from FCP Euro here needs to be replaced in the engine so that it doesn't have a lake underneath of it filled with oil. Now, I don't know how long this will take. I would imagine well over 10 episodes. Might as well just get started. It's probably gonna be, I don't know, probably a month or two before I can get the rest of the stuff to fix it. But this is when I'm gonna start just taking it apart and getting into figure out exactly what the issue is. I'm not a millionaire, so I don't have the $3,000 BMW diagnostic tool that'll tell me exactly what is causing the issue and exactly why the timing is too advanced. It could be because it jumped a tooth on the timing chain. It could just be a loose tensioner, or it could be that my entire engine is destroyed. If I go and replace all of the timing, it'll only be about $1,500, $1,800 for me to do it. Now, if a BMW dealer did it, it would probably be closer to $8,000, but we're not gonna worry about that because I'm a certified BMW technician and there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do this by myself in my 3-car garage with minimal tools and minimal knowledge about how to take apart an N62. Now, I'm gonna show you exactly what the issue is with the timing. The main concern is the noise that it makes whenever it's running. Now, you barely hear it at idle, but when you rev it up, you can tell that stuff is not how it was in 2006 when this was a $100,000 luxury car. But I'm just gonna show you exactly what it sounds like before we start tearing this apart for you to see exactly what the issue is. Now, you can see, as of that short clip, that this engine does not run as smooth as the N62 is notorious for being. When I'm done with this, I should be able to sit a bottle of water on top of it and it should barely vibrate at all. This thing was not taken very good care of, as you can see by just the way it runs. And it's all just because of oil changes not being done on time. Like, seriously, stuff breaks when you don't change your oil, and these are very sensitive to having oil changes done 5,000 miles past their dew point. Okay, if you have eyeballs and you're not just listening to this with no video, you can tell it's a little late. You know, there's not much light, but we don't need light. Light is for basic beta mechanics. We are alpha mechanics in this garage, okay? We don't need light to work. We just need hands and skill and a Duralast mechanics roller chair to take the bumper off of this piece of shit. Now that I got my handy dandy thingy-mabobber here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself this set because it's been about 6 months since I've taken this bumper off, and I've basically just given up on all things that has to do with this vehicle because it is just a never-ending chase of problems and a bunch of big problems that should have been fixed a very long time ago that were never fixed. And it's just a big tease when you look at it in the garage, like, man, there's a slow car there I can drive, but I can't, because if I drive it on the road, it's gonna get impounded and I'm not gonna have a car, and really, it probably would cost more to take it out of impoundment than it would to just buy a new M3. So, by new, I mean a 2008 M3 that has rod bearing issues that needs to come apart just as much as this. We're gonna start with the basics, okay? We need to get all the covers off, all these ugly BMW covers, we need to get rid of them. Those covers, that intake there, this thing here, this needs to come off. We're gonna make a custom intake. I got this unit here off wish.com, and we're gonna create a custom cold air intake with that and a plastic welder. This thing's gonna be an absolute unit with some $3 K&N filters on the end of it. Now, to start with, we're gonna wanna remove basic wiring that we do not wanna rip off while we're removing this stuff. And most of this stuff is Torx 27 or Torx 15. So we're just gonna get those out so that we lose those quick. And T25, no, that's useless. T20, useless. T15, absolutely the most useful tool inside of that strip of tools there besides the T27. Now, this here, I've had to replace the bolts on this about 3 times because this car loves to eat bolts. I've bought new bolts for it, then found the old ones when I took half the front end off, and now I have about 15 of these bolts that hold in the intake. And yeah, that's just a lesson there. Make sure that you are holding your bolts whenever you go to loosen them up and they're not just on a screwdriver, because then they're just gonna fall down on the ground like that, and then you're not gonna have a good day, because most of the time it doesn't hit the ground, it hits the oil pan. The pan filled with oil, that is, because this leaks so much. Now, we have these 3 off. I need to go grab some Ziploc baggies so I can put them in Ziploc baggies. Even though that's the only nice looking bolt on this car, I will still forget exactly what it goes to because my brain doesn't work as well as many people's. Now, basically what we need to do here is grab a 10mm and try to lose that, because usually when you try and lose it, you don't lose it, because my luck is quite opposite to everyone else's in history. So I'm just gonna grab this here. Put a good old, actually, I'm feeling spicy today. Let's grab the Impact, the 2001 DeWalt Impact with a 12-volt battery on it. It's supposed to have an 18-volt battery, but I mean, what are you gonna do about it? I mean, I don't feel like spending $15 for some eBay China batteries. Let's just use, all the batteries almost dead on it too. Let's just use some of these Ugga-Duggas to get this unit off of here. And you'll like this mod that I did to it. Oh, now that I've gotten it nice and warm. I took all the insulation foam out from underneath of it so you can hear this enormous V8 roar. By enormous, I mean a 4.8 liter shitbox V8. And these broken valve cover covers, we gotta take them off. I'm gonna buy some new ones because I was very stupid when I decided red would look really good. It doesn't. Now, you will note, I was stupid and I spent a lot of money on some ignition coils. About $450 or so on these red advanced ignition coils. Now, did that fix my issue? No. But did I think it would fix my issue? Yes. Now, was I disappointed when I discovered that these ignition coils did not fix my issue? Absolutely. And I just left the car parked for about 6 months and I didn't do anything with it. So, we're gonna continue with this intake now that I like to jump around everywhere. Okay, special thing can go back. Now, I think we need about that to get this off, and we need my mini short bus extension here to get off this. That's not the right size. We're gonna use flathead. This isn't actually attached to the car. These are very loose. That's loose. Don't see, I just in the past I was like, man, I know I'm taking, it's hot. I know I'm taking it off. Might as well not even tighten it, because 6 months later it's gonna come off anyways. That smells nice. Now, you will notice that I've tried many things. I've gotten 2 sets of Vanos solenoids to try and replace this. And first set thought that they were broken somehow because I was stupid. I was thinking, man, what if these things got broken shipping? Sent them back, got new ones, figure out how to align them after like about 15 years and put them in there, didn't fix my problem. Now, I replaced the valve covers because I wish I had a video of the amount of smoke that this thing would just pollute the air with. You could turn it on in the morning, like, man, that thing's nice. It sounds really good. It's running great. It wasn't running great. I thought it was, but it wasn't. And then like about 2 seconds later, you couldn't see the rest of the cars in the driveway because of the amount of smoke that this thing would pollute out of the exhaust. Now, thankfully, that was not valve stem seals. I think that those have been replaced before by some shady mechanic that probably broke the rest of the car. But yeah, those aren't bad. Surprisingly, the valve stem seals are not bad, and it doesn't burn oil at all. And like out of the exhaust at least. Now on the exhaust it does, but not out of the exhaust. Now we can get to the rest of the front end here. By the rest of the front end, I mean everything that you can see that is attached to the front bumper, that is going to be taken off. Am I even recording this? Hello? When are you watching it? Right now? If you make me a bowl of popcorn, beautifully buttered, I will come in and I will watch this movie. Okay? Thank you. Give me a lot of water because it's 103 degrees in my garage right now and I'm talking like a random idiot. No, I would like for you to leave it there on the counter so that I have something to look forward to when I come in the house. Yes, it's recording. Oh man, I thought for a second there that I was about to have to put all that stuff back on and ramble all over again. But now, let's start with the basics here. I'm just gonna do a couple little more things that need done for the night because I'm gonna go watch a movie. And I'm gonna sit down in my air-conditioned house and I'm gonna chill out until tomorrow when I have to come back out here and suffer. So, do I have a bit attachment for my thingy-mabobber here? No, I do not. Now, do I have a... Yes, I do. I do have a. Okay, here. I need this. What's in here? Beautiful. Exactly what I need. I need an extension first. Look at this. Okay, so you get the extension here. And then you just kind of fiddle with it for an extremely long time. I could put it on this. Oh, you see how smart I am? No, I can't. You see how much I just got my hopes up for something so stupid? Now, we're gonna remove these. This is funny, forever I had actually drywall screws in here because I lost the ones that go to the air box. I just had drywall screws, which are actually identical to these except for they're black instead of silver. So that actually wasn't that bad. I didn't do anything botched. I actually upgraded it. They looked better. But yeah, I'm about to drop these again. Oh, lucky. Now, an experienced mechanic would probably be bagging these and tagging these, as they like to call it. Bag and tag them. Bag and tag them so that when you go to put it back together, you don't have any issues wondering, where does that go? Does that go into the windshield or does that go on the engine? Now, I don't know why I'm not doing that, but I'm gonna have to grab some Ziploc baggies from Whole Foods tomorrow because the ones at AutoZone aren't as nice as the ones at Whole Foods. Now that I have finally got this screwdriver on this screw, I think it's about time that we take these air boxes out. BMW has made it so simple to take the air boxes off this car that really it's just 2 screws and a lot of force, and this all just, oh, that wasn't that much force at all. That all just comes out. And then we see the paper filter that's in there that's a lot better than the charcoal filter that comes from the factory. Do you believe that they thought back in 2006 that, man, we need to put filters that have charcoal in them that you can barely blow air through inside of the air intakes so that whenever you turn the car off, the little puff of unburnt fuel that sprays out into the intake manifold, we have to make sure that doesn't just come out the intake. Like, really? Like, are we that seriously worried about emissions and then we make a 4.8 liter V8 that just has 2 catalytic converters on them that are very open? Like, why are we gonna worry about why are we worrying about this? I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. We got a lot done. I mean, we got the intake off, we got that cover off, and now I'm done for the night because it's 103 degrees in my garage. It's my Texas thermometer that I can't find that I put on my wall somewhere, and now that says 103 degrees. So yeah, I'm probably gonna die if I don't go in my house. So I'm just gonna sit here and explain to you that we're done for the night because I'm not gonna die tonight. And that's a lot. That's a lot of work. Look at how much we can see this beautiful dual overhead cam engine that makes 380 horsepower. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We're done. All right, it's the next day now, and you can tell it's late again. I did the plan of getting up early and working on this thing. It kind of went out the window when I decided to go to the mall and have fun. So we got a lot done yesterday. We got a lot done. We got this cover off. We got these air filters. Excuse me, I was rudely interrupted by someone in a Silverado. We got the air intake off. We got yeah, that's about it. We got a good bit of stuff done. We got a good bit of stuff. So now today, what I want to start working on is tackling this front end here, because might as well, while we're here, start doing that, because that's gonna have to come off whenever the engine's coming out. Now, I did grab me some Ziploc baggies, and I got me a bunch of old ones from when I took this apart a long time. Yes, this is an old throttle body that I broke. I have a bunch of old ones. So, we're good. I forgot I had these in here. There's a lot of parts in there too. So, we got a lot of baggies that I can write on. Those are new, nice. I got a Sharpie. I forgot to charge the good old DeWalt. I forgot to charge the 12 volt, 18 volt, 12 volt DeWalt. But we don't need the DeWalt. I mean, DeWalt's power tools are not as good as Makita power tools, and I don't have any of those. What do we want here? We need to find the tools first that we need, which is a T27 right here. That's a T15. T27, I'm stupid. T15, we need a little extension, and now I'm going to start removing this panel here, this little panel here. I'm gonna start putting these on shelves over there, but this thing can just go there, and then we're gonna start bagging stuff. Now, I got that off. Don't know why I got that off. It has nothing to do for exactly what I'm about to do, which is take this bumper off. Extremely simple. There's only about 8 volts in the entire thing, and it should just come off quick. All right, so we got the bumper off now. That was fun. I took a couple things off I didn't really need to take off because it's been a little bit since I've done this, but I mean, whatever. Now it's time to bag these units here. This entire garage will be filled with parts by the end of this segment here. Aha! Now this is one crappy $900 headlight out of the car. And if anyone has any idea where these go, I don't know. I have like 2 of them that are they're just there. I have them in my spare parts thing, and don't know where they go. Haven't put them anywhere because I'm not 100% sure in exactly where they go. But that headlight's out. You can see it's actually quite simple. Just 2 8mm bolts up top here, and then 2 down by where the airbox go in, and then they come out. And then here is the second one out. Now, I don't want to hear anyone say it would have been easier if you took off the headlight washer things, because I forgot that was something that you do when you take the headlights out. I forgot about that. And I also forgot to take out the air duct for the air intake. I forgot to take that out too. My brain is just not very good. It's been about 6 months since I've done this. Well, maybe we should probably start with the actual supports up front here. Now I've taken these off before. They're a lot of fun to put back on because they're under a lot of tension, and that's so much fun. I probably put it on wrong last time, and that's probably why it was harder, but whatever. Take the top ones off here. There's a lot of these bolts. Like, there's a lot of them, and there are a bunch of them that are hidden, and they're fun. All right, I got these two ducts off that I forgot to take off. Now we're gonna start finally taking the rest of the supports off here. We're gonna need a couple extensions. And excuse me, sir. Probably should duct tape that on there. Aha. Here are some 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter ratchet wrench would probably be, nope, that's 8 millimeter. Of course, everything on this car is either 8 millimeter or 10 millimeter. That is 8 millimeter. Why am I not using my new seat? I got this unit here just to use it on my bumper areas. I can grab my screws here. Notice how I don't care about it falling is because everything here is coming off. So if I drop it down onto this pan here, it doesn't matter because it's gonna be coming off anyways. So I'm gonna be able to find it later if I drop it down there and I know where it goes because, well, hood, latch. How do you spell latch? Latch. I am illiterate, don't blame me. I have a brain fart here. Oh, I forgot about this. Styrofoam that took me 3 years to figure out how it went back in. So that goes like that. I won't remember that, don't worry. Styrofoam, and then you have your hood latches that are horrible to take out. You have to wait until you get the actual support undone to be able to take that out. That doesn't work. We shall use this wrench. Oh man, I don't blame that little unit. I don't blame that unit at all. That'll be gone forever. Now, ooh, it's almost off. I love this seat. If you don't have one of these units, make sure you get one of these because it is so nice. What is this attached to? Huh? I understand that there's a line going through here and everything, and I know that this is here, but that has to come out of this, which isn't gonna come out of here because there are AC condenser lines that are right here, and that's not coming out until this is coming out. But what are you stuck on? Oh, another one of these. That's broken now that I ran over it, but I'll still use it. Man, it's always right after you just fill it up with washer fluid that you have to take it apart. All right, now it's the next day. My GoPro overheated. I just rambled for about 45 minutes and then figured out that I had the GoPro on burst. I didn't even have it on video, but I didn't do much. All I did was I got this unit here loose, which was one bolt, and then I got the support for the headlight off on that side, and it's over there. Also, I'm just gonna go over some of the stuff I started talking about. I got these parts here. I got these organized. It looks like a mess, but they're organized. They used to all be up there. I got all my baggies inside of this box here. They're all marked and labeled so that I can remember exactly what I have and where it goes. And then over here, I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse and get this unit here all off because I'm gonna start trying to get this radiator and AC condenser out and this front rebar here. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun, but you're gonna be all on a time lapse. You won't have to worry about sweating in 103-degree weather. That's why I have this fan right here. It's been 103 degrees past 2 days, not very nice. And yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Alright, now, I got a lot done here. Yeah, I got a good bit done. I started taking this wiring off the side here, but I just don't feel like going through and removing all of these grounds and like fuses and like ground fuses and everything right now. So I'm just gonna leave that like it is. I got this top duct area, the microfilter stuff off that I need to replace because they're all broken. As you could probably see when I was taking them off, they're all shattered. This stuff is not on the car anymore, so that's good. And yeah, I'm gonna have to grab me a water bucket or some type of pan for the coolant so that I can drain that so I can get that off. But other than that, this thing is about done. I'm almost done getting it apart to how much it needs to go apart for that engine to come out, which should happen here soon enough. Please forgive the video quality if it's not that good, and please ignore that because it's very hot. I just need that. That's a wrap for this episode here. We got a good bit done here. I mean, like I'm only about 2 hours of work into the car, and that's a lot of stuff off the car for 2 hours. I think that's pretty good. Came off easy, and yeah, I think that's a wrap here, brother.